Variation Audiobook by Rebecca Yarros. Chapter 1. Hudson. 11 years ago. On days like this, I understood why 73% of candidates for rescue swimmer school didn't make it through training. I had 2 summers left to make sure I'd be in the 27% who would. The afternoon weather off the southern coast of Cape Cod served up 6-foot seas, complete with whitecaps and a side of hypothermia for Memorial Day. It might have been miserable and challenging, but it was the perfect weather for practice. Tired had hit 20 minutes ago, exhaustion followed 10 minutes later, and I was quickly approaching full-out ruin, but I needed 5 more minutes. Another 100 yards would put me past my personal best in these kinds of swells, and I wasn't quitting until I hit that mark. 300 seconds was nothing in the scheme of things. I concentrated on my breath work, kept my head down, and swam forward, counting each of those seconds. And 11, I sucked in a breath, sucked in a salt water, and came up coughing, ripping out my mouthpiece as soon as I was free of the swell that had overtaken the tube of the snorkel. Hudson, Gavin shouted from my left, killing the motor of the 23-foot fishing boat our father lovingly referred to as his 4th child, though she'd qualify as his 1st, given her age. Enough for the day. I need another 30 yards for a personal best, I called back, treading water through the next swell. You need to get your ass in the boat before the swells get any higher, he countered, looking over his sunglasses from the dashboard despite the overcast sky. You're wrecked. 30 yards isn't going to happen. Go to hell. I popped my mouthpiece in and prepared to go again just to prove I could. This hangover is kicking my ass. And unless you want Caroline at the helm for your next practice session, you'll get in here before I have to circle back in this current. He walked toward the stern as the boat drifted, then leaned over and unfastened the swinging top of the ladder before pushing it into the water. Shit, he wasn't kidding. Our older sister was a clucking mother hen who would never remotely consider bringing me out in seas like this, which meant the personal best was going to have to wait. Frustration kept me warm for the next handful of strokes as I made my way toward the boat. Then I timed the stern's rise and fall with the swells before heaving myself up the 3-rung ladder. I've missed you, and I'm glad you're home, but you suck. I almost had it. I climbed over the narrow swimming deck and onto the towel-covered seat, then pulled up the ladder. Dad would murder us if we didn't protect the faded leather. The boat pitched again as I ripped off my face mask, then the hood of my wetsuit, and tossed them into the black canvas duffel near Gavin's feet. You wound me, little brother. He touched his chest sarcastically and held on to the back of the driver's seat with the next swell. Let's get home so I can listen to the lecture Dad's been working on all day. I'd hate for him to go to all that work and have no one to deliver his speech to. He's just... Words failed me, just like they had since he'd announced his decision in the middle of our parents' cafe this morning. Disappointed that I'm dropping out of college, Gavin supplied. Unlike Caroline, who managed to get her degree while married and holding down 2 jobs. Don't compare yourself to our sister and give Dad a break. He's just stunned. I peeled off the rest of my suit, leaving me in a pair of his old Hawaiian print trunks once I ditched the diving socks too. I changed my major 4 times in 2 years, Gavin said, reaching above the wheel for my Bruins cap. Trust me, Dad isn't shocked. Good point. Gavin was known for a good time, not for sticking things out. You could spend the night at Caroline and Sean's while Mom smooths it over. I made my way over the salt and sun-worn deck carpet toward him. I'm not leaving Mom with my mess. Please click on the link in the description. Dear book lover, wonderful person, to listen to the entire book, please click on the link in the description. Please click on the link in the description. Dear book lover, wonderful person, to listen to the entire book, please click on the link in the description.